So substitution is usually the last few parts of the question. So this is typically the one which you see at the end of the question there. Okay. So this is a modified one. I reckon that the first part is they ask you to show this one. Okay. So anyway, how do you actually use this result here to show this? Okay. Sum to infinity. Oh, the first one is sum to infinity. State the sum to infinity. So this is, first of all, you must look at the UR here. This UR and the UR is the same. And it starts with 2, 2. So this is good. So in other words, this n goes to infinity. So for part 2, as n goes to infinity, okay, one thing for sure, if this goes to infinity, 1 divided by a very big number, okay, 1 divided by a very, very big number, right? So if you just use a calculator, if you take 1 divided by very, 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 very big number, right? Okay, you get like 0. This is actually very close to 0. Okay, so in other words, right, this case here, this will be 1 over 2n will go to 0, and then 2n plus 1 will go to 0 as well. Okay, so this is fine. So this is how you do the first one. Then essentially what you do is a state This is just stating. Stating it will be r equals to 2. 1 over r squared minus 1 is equals to 3 over 4. Or 10 to 3 over 4. This will be minus 0, minus 0. So this will be 3/4. Okay, so that's how you state the second part. I think it's pretty okay. The substitution part. Now, substitution part, I'll just go through some of the main thing which you need to take note here. Okay. Now, a lot of times, student forgets to change the boundary or here. This is the first step where you may want to highlight. So remember to change the boundary conditions, the top and the bottom. Then after which you changing the upper limit is easier. Changing upper limit is very easy one. You just remember the easier way to change is the upper limit. The bottom limit is the one that you need to consider adding or subtracting the term. So if you are confused which is easier to change, the top is the easiest to change. The bottom is not. Okay. So just remember that. These are the few points I want to present to you. So the first thing is this. Now, typically in your school working, I think they will show here to here. So you try and manipulate from this one to that one. But what I don't like about it, I usually would do here to here. It doesn't matter. Actually, both are the same. Okay. So how do we know that this one is substitution? Now, you know that it's substitution when the UR term is different but same. Same but different. You know that if you substitute something in, right, it will be the same, something like the same and different kind of thing, right? So, I'm just going to copy. So, typically what I'll do is I'll just start from what is given in the question because we just work on from this. So, part 3 here. Now, I'm going to copy from the question, which is n, r equals to 2. So you know that this is not factorized form. Of course, you factorize the bottom so that you make your life easier. So from the question, you get this, right? 1 r squared minus 1. Yeah. Then equals to, r squared. So this is r minus 1, r plus 1. Then this is 3/4. Minus 1 over 2n minus 2n plus 1. Okay, this is right. Alright, so once done already, what you need to do is first change this UR first. So we need to replace the R so that it becomes this thing here. This UR, this UR, the R term of this U here. Okay, so in other words, what should I change? Now, this is usually the rule of thumb I tell students. See what is the bigger one. The bigger one here is r plus 2. The bigger one between r and r plus 2 is r plus 2. The bigger one between r minus 1 and r plus 2 is r plus 1. So meaning, in other words, this you need to substitute an r value so that it becomes r plus 2. Okay, the question is asking for r plus 2. So what you're going to do is actually just replace, because I need to change this to r plus 2, r with r plus 1. Right? Because if you replace this as r plus 1, it will become r plus 2 eventually. Right? So slowly. Now, when you replace with r plus 1, everything replaces. So don't forget that this is r equals to n. Okay? So when you replace r with r plus 1, this need to change r plus 1 as well. So a lot of times students will get this part here. This is where the mistake comes in. So when you change this r plus 1, it's okay. R plus 1 minus 1 is r, right? So this is r. You change this r plus 1, this will be r plus 2 here. Okay, maybe I shouldn't skip. Okay, you can skip step. Anyway, I just r plus 1. Then this one is r plus 1 plus 1. Now the one on the right doesn't change because r and n is different. N doesn't change at all. Okay, but what you need to change is this one here. Please remember to change this one here. This is r plus 1 equals to n. This is r plus 1 equals to 2. Remember that. R plus 1 equals to 2. So once you're done with that, you get n minus 1. And this is r equals to 1. Okay. Then you just bracket this out with r. This is r plus 2. This is 1. Then you just do this part, which is 3 over 4 minus 1 over 2n minus 2n plus 1. You get this. So like I say, this one is number 1 pitfall. So remember to replace this r plus 1 in. Now, then once done already, now you realize that n minus 1 don't need to change because the upper boundary suddenly becomes n minus 1. So what you need to change is the bottom boundary here. This is 1. So what we need to do is actually change this to, this is 1 to n minus 1. I need 2 to n minus 1. Okay. So in other words, I need to minus off the u1 term. Okay. So this is r equals to 2 n minus 1. If you minus off ur, so this will be 3 plus 4 minus 1 over 2n minus 2 n plus 1 minus u1. u1 will be, okay, so this is a u1 minus a u1. I repeat, if you're confused, this is 1 to n minus 1. So you draw the number line. If you have 1 to n minus 1, u1 to n minus 1, then you need u2, u3 here. So you have 1 to n minus 1 here. All this term here. So if you want u2 to n minus 1, this is what you want. You need to minus off the u1. Okay, so I minus off the u1 from this one so that I can get this over here. The number line would help you to see lah. But of course, try and not to use the number line after a while because it's faster. This is u1. And this is r equals to 1 to n minus 1 ur. Okay, so that is your value there. Okay, so once done, key in calculator, 3/4 minus a half. Key in calculator there. Minus a third. 3 over 4 minus 1. That will be 5 over 12. Okay. Because this 1 bring over is n minus 1. So this becomes rn minus 1. This 1 bring over will be 1. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. So this r equals to n minus 1. This r, you bring this 1 over, then it become, it's just normal arithmetic there. Okay.